how you drew it up?
A W at the end, how you draw it up. It's good. Hung in there. Brett was good all day. I thought he kept us in it and kept making pitches. Just hung in there long enough to get a big hit.
Talk about Brett's fourth inning, bases loaded, no outs, and he gets out of it with just one run.
Yeah, as you're watching it, with the third hit, Segura kind of hits the little swinging bunt, and he actually made a pretty nice play on that. And at that point, you look at where you're at in the order, you feel like you got a decent shot to try to minimize. Hopefully you can kind of get Perez, who hit a home earlier, but to get him out, and you got the pitcher spot, you feel like you got a shot. And if you can get that leadoff guy, then you've basically gotten out of the inning pretty good, and that's really what he was able to do. Got the ground ball, got the pitcher and the leadoff guy, and kind of limited the damage right there. And from there, kind of sailed.
That was the first home run Myers has given up this season. He's one of the better lefty relievers out there. What was Adrian doing at?
Who?
Will Smith. Sorry, he was one of the. He had Adrian 0-2. What did Adrian do to try to get out of that? And what did you see from where you were watching as far as the game plan against him?
I just like he just hung in there. All right, threw him a couple breaking balls, and Adrian just kind of stayed with it. And obviously, he'll be able to tell you, what he was thinking and everything. But it looked like he just kind of stayed with him long enough to get for him to make a mistake. And it looked like that's what he did. And Adrian, got him.
One big difference between last year and this year is the number of games you guys have won late. Is that an aberration? Is that just circumstances, or is there something to that?
You'd like to think that it's something to it from the standpoint of your guys just don't quit playing and they kind of keep hanging in there, and your pitching kind of does the same. So you hope it's not an aberration. Last year, I don't think we came back hardly at all, ever. And it didn't seem very competitive if we got behind. It was quick. You hope it says something to the character of your club, that, they're a club that's not going to just roll low. They're going to keep having good at-bats for you and hanging in there and try to find a way to win. So that's what you hope.
Is that a good illustration of Adrian's sense of leadership? He's not a talk guy, he's a team guy?
Well, he's definitely a guy that's not, not a whole lot. Well, he talks, but not necessarily in the way that you all would think, or the leadership way from that standpoint if you're supposed to be loud and yell at guys. Adrian's more of a quiet guy and just does his thing and lead by example.
What have you seen from AJ here this last 2-3 weeks heading into the break?
I think he's just getting comfortable with his role as much as anything. I think early on he might have fought that a little bit. Didn't know probably when he was going to play or how much. And that's kind of settled in. And I think he kind of knows his role and has, in a sense, accepted that. And really has been swinging the bat pretty good here for a little bit now.
The role hasn't changed, at least in your mind.
We've talked about winning on getaway day. Is there a mental advantage to winning heading into the All-Star game like this?
Yeah, the advantage is winning, period, You walk out of here at least with a good feeling, It's kind of the same, you're not going to be playing for a few days. The guys are going to basically move on quickly. They know they're going to shut the minds off quickly in this scenario. But it's obviously a lot better to shut it off after a nice, being able to win a series and come back from behind there and, get a big hit and win a game.
What do you think Puig needs to do to be more consistent at the plate?
At the plate? I haven't went in and tried to, I watch him from the side, and I know Mac and those guys are working on him staying in his legs and different things. I think he just needs to continue to work and be consistent with his work and approach and things like that. No different than everybody else. You kind of get out what you put in. So if you continue to work and you stay with the program, and you just got to work your way through it. And sometimes it's more trouble for guys like Yasiel, who things come pretty easily to. Guys that are really, really talented like that. When they struggle, they've never really struggled that much. So they haven't had to fight their way through quite as much as some other guys. So the process is simple for me: is just continue to work, continue to get better, put games behind you. He's got to be able to put what's happened to this point behind him, because he can't do anything with it. Just be able to come out after the break, be ready to play, you do your work and you prepare and you trust in the process. If you do that work, that your talent's going to shine.
What did you think of Jimmy in the leadoff spot? Is that something you may continue in the second?
Again, the lineup today was really for today. I didn't know even thought about after the break, but it's really your combination of guys and how I wanted to be able to spread the guys out and the lineup out, and the way it looked at the bottom to me I didn't like it near as much when Jimmy was there. I wanted him at the top of the order.
Do you have a rotation for post-break?
No, with Kirsch going now, we'll see what happens with him, and then we'll kind of work from there.